Hey everybody, as promised, I am back with another planner video, and this time I'm going to compare the Hobonichi to the Sterling Ink Common Planner. So this is a new planner for this year. It's having its debut. I absolutely love this planner. I did a video on this that is already up on my channel, so you can kind of see me walk through it and explain exactly how I'm going to be using this as my work planner for 2023. But I wanted to compare this side by side with the Hobonichi because it's very similar to the Hobonichi, but honestly, it like changes all the things about the Hobonichi that I wish were changed. But I just want to show you the comparisons, and I want to show you why I'm going to stick with the Hobonichi for 2023. Honestly, one of those reasons are because I only bought one of these, but the other reason is I did buy a 2023 Hobonichi planner, so I am going to use it for this year. So let's just walk through that, and I will like explain everything. But honestly, I'm wondering if 2024 I'm just going to swap to the smaller size. All right, so you can see right away that this is a lot smaller. So it's a B size, and a B size is about a 4x6, where it's about a 4x6, and an A5 is about an 8x5. Now those obviously are not exact, but it's close, right? Just to kind of give you an idea. So you can see that it's about an inch at the top, and maybe a half inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch on the side. And these are both full year planners. This is full year. It's kind of hard to see because it's black, how wide it is. And then this one is full year also. So they are very similar. In fact, now that I'm looking at them head straight on, they are basically the same width. All right, so let's just go side by side with these, shall we? They're very similar in that, let me just talk about the paper. So the paper color is very, very similar. In fact, I think it might be the same paper. This feels like maybe it's a little bit thicker. Let me just see. I don't know. It feels a little bit thicker. It actually feels smoother. They're both very, very smooth. But it does feel a little bit thicker. I don't know if it actually is or if it's just my mind. But the color of the paper, I would say, is the exact same. Maybe this is a tad yellower, but I think it's very similar. Let me see if I lifted this up. You guys can see how similar this is. And in fact, maybe I should get to the page that has like the same thing on it. Okay, the other thing about the paper is that you can see is it's the same grid. A lot of journals that have grids are 5 millimeters. I write so small that I like a smaller grid, and this is smaller. I think it might be 3.8 millimeter. It's very close to a 4. I think it's just under 4, however. So anyway, it's the same grid, and let me lift this up one more time, and you can see that it's the same dotted. So these lines here, some of these lines are solid, but the grid portion right there in the middle, they are dotted. So you can kind of see that there, they are dotted as well. So that is very similar. But the one thing that you're going to notice is very different, other than, we've got like the Chinese characters, right? There's no color on the Sterling Ink Common Planner. I really love that. I love how minimal that is. I can't say enough. I can't say enough about that. Not that I didn't like this, love this, right? So there's no color whatsoever. So that is how that compares. So let me just put these pages side by side. And we're going to start at the beginning because I was just showing the paper. So I'm going to start at the beginning here. So the first page that you come to on both planners is an overview. So this is actually the 2021 book. So we've got a full page overview of 2021, and then we have a 2020 and a 2022. So this was like the year before, and then this was the year after. But I changed it to 2019 because I was using this for crossing off my project life to check to see my progress, right? So that's how I was using this, and I wanted 2019 and 2020 because obviously I didn't need 2020 because we weren't even doing 2020, right? So other than using this for my project life, I don't really have a way to use these. So I'm kind of glad that they're not included in this planner, because in this planner, you just have the 1 year. All right, so the next page we come to is the page that I was showing you, but in her planner, she has a blank page. Now, in my other video, I talked about how I think I'm gonna do a mind map, maybe do my word for the year, and get some really good ideas for how I want the year to go, how I wanna map out the year, and it will just help me in the goals that I wanna make for 2023. And then the next page that I come to is going to be a goal breakdown. Now, the Hobonichi does not have a goal breakdown, so these are new pages for this common planner, which I'm actually really excited about. And again, I do have another video where I go more in depth on this, so I don't want to spend all the time going through all that information again. And then we're going to come to the quarterly pages. So this is what is very similar to what's going on with the Hobonichi right now. So in this planner, I used it as a habit tracker. In this planner, I'm going to be using it as an index. But on the right, or excuse me, on the left, you can see that it's different. Sorry, let me see if I can get this to focus. Where we've got each month has a box, right? So that is definitely different than the Hobonichi, and I will likely be using this to kind of jot down the projects that I want to use for that month. So this is how it definitely differs, and we're going to go through all of the quarters. So quarter 1, 2, 3, and then quarter 4. So I love this added addition, especially for a worker planner. All right, then let's go through these pages. Same thing, we are gonna go to the monthly pages, which is the exact same. So we've got, starts with this December, it's gonna start with December also, and it's just gonna go through all of the months. The big difference here again is the Hobonichi has a lot of color. It's got the weekends have color, so Saturday and Sunday, that's Saturday and Sunday. And then, I don't know if I explained this to you, but the grid is kind of a bluish gray, and the grid is going to change colors when we get into the dailies. So I will show you that. But the common planner just stays the same gray color all the way throughout, which I really do love. And I love the simplicity. I didn't mind the bold, but I do kind of love the simplicity. So we're just gonna go through all of the months, and I will just show you that we went through all the months, and then we're going to get through the weekly. Now, the Hobonichi does give you January, February, and March of the following year, which is really nice. This one only gives you to January. So if you want to do some forward planning on those months, which I think would be really great for me for like my YouTube content to be able to plan ahead. So anyways, that's definitely an option with the Hobonichi. All right, so then I've got my weeklies here. And for my Hobonichi, I use my weekly. This is, I do have a video on my YouTube channel showing you how I use this as my memory planner. So instead of being like a planner in that I'm writing down the things that I need to do, it's more of a what did I do? So I'm jotting down the things that I actually did that day as a way of like memory keeping, right? So you can see some of them have stickers in them and some don't. I just do them a little bit different. But I've got all of the weeks here. And then this one also has the weeks. So let me give you some that has a little bit of stickers here, but let me just show you the difference. So one of the main differences, since this is a smaller book, since the common planner is a B6, you can see that the columns are definitely more scrunched. They're definitely smaller, not a problem because I'm going to do to-do lists on this. But you can see there's definitely a lot more, there's definitely more space. And then this one has the characters. But other than that, other than the color and then a little bit more space, they are very similar. They do have the time on the side, but the Hobonichi, which I really do love, has the military time, and I am on military time. I like to use military time because I've had too many issues with AM, PM stuff, so I do military time and have for years. But this one is more, I don't know if I should say American. It's not, I don't know why it's not focusing, but it's definitely the AM, PM style that we use. So if I could change one thing, maybe it would be that. Maybe it would be the color on the sides, but other than that, I really, really love it. But I will say, I'm actually not going to be using this timestamp at all. I'm just going to be putting to do, so that actually doesn't matter that much at all. But I really do love the Hobonichi has the military style. All right, so once we get through the monthly, or excuse me, the weeklies. Okay, sorry about that. I just had a phone call that I needed to take. But the Hobonichi has a full page, kind of like this planner does at the very beginning, where you could actually do a mind map here, which would be really cool, or you know, anything that you'd want to put here to kind of start out your new year. And then we're going to get into the dailies. So let me move to the dailies on this planner. I really love the weeklies. They're one of my favorite parts of this planner system, both planner systems. So as you can see, when I turn the page to, you know, the end of the weeklies, I just got a blank page. And that's because all of these pages are completely blank. There are no daily pages at all. So I really love the daily pages that they don't have any dates on them whatsoever. There's only one reason why I don't love it, and I will explain that in just a minute. But for work, I love the idea of not having any dates, because I will likely take this stamp it on, and then for that day, I will write down whatever I need to write down. I will do my YouTube notes. I will do any design that I'm working on. I will likely take a page here, like a separate page, and I will dedicate it to like one of my cross stitch projects, so I can keep track of what's going on with my stitching, because that's one of the things that I really like to do. Now, this is the daily pages in the Hobonichi, and you can see that they are dated. They're all dated here. And I'm just going to quickly go through them. I do have, like I said, I have videos showing you how I use the Hobonichi, so you can kind of get a better indication of these pages, but they are all dated, and like I said, they are colored. So let me show them this way. So these are the tabs for the month, but those tabs are also the exact same color as the grid. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't love that. I don't have a problem with that at all. So as you can see, that's kind of purple, right? And that's the color of March. So anyway, it's dated, which is awesome for me for a journal, and this is the reason why. Let me explain what I love about having it this way for a journal. So, and I'm going to show you with my current Hobonichi, because that was last year's Hobonichi. So my current Hobonichi, I'm not exactly sure what happened last week, but this is last week. You can see that I don't have anything written down. And today I was like, how come I don't have anything written down last week? I just was working on other things, and I was not taking the time to do it. I was going to bed late, and so I was really tired. I like to get up early in the morning and do it, but I wasn't giving myself that time, which I really love to do. So this morning when I woke up, I did Sundays and I did Saturday's journal. And then I thought, as I go throughout this week, I will fill in these days. Now, if I were doing this, if I had missed a whole bunch of days in this journal and they're blank, I would feel like I'd have to leave space for the days that I miss, but then I wouldn't know how much space to leave, because if I just did Saturday and Sunday, then I would feel really weird turning the page and then doing like the day before that or the day before that, because I do think very chronological. Now, you could do that if you wanted to. I personally don't want to do that for my journal. So I actually really do love the Hobonichi for having a set day to do my journaling, so I know that I will always have one page that I can get out my thoughts. And honestly, this page is enough for me. I don't actually need more than this page. Some days I feel like I need a little bit more, but most of the time this is sufficient. Or I just end up not writing about it because not everything needs to be written about, right? So anyway, that is one of the reasons why I really love, because if you miss a day, you can always go back and fill in, where I feel like it would be hard to do that here without like skipping pages, and then maybe you never go back and then those pages are wasted, right? So anyway, that's one of the reasons why I really do love the daily pages. But like I said, that is for personal journaling and not necessarily for work journaling. So I do go into a little bit more detail about how I'm going to use those daily pages in that first video that I share, kind of walking you through how I'm going to use this journal. But I just wanted to show you how that compares to the Hobonichi. And of course, at the back of the Hobonichi, there's all these pages that I actually never ever use in the Hobonichi. So just wanted to let you know that those do exist. And the back of this actually is just the last page, which looks like it does have a grid on it, but it's just the last page, and it's like I said, 369 pages in there, or blank paper. So it starts with 1 and goes to 369. So anyway, you guys, that is how the Common Planner compares to the Hobonichi A5 Touch-O. Like I said, I really do love this. I am going to be using it for 2023 for my memory planner, for my project. Maybe I should start calling it a project planner because I'm definitely going to be using more projects. But I say memory because I do a lot of, I feel like instead of pre-planning, it's what did I do, right? So it's like post planning. I don't know how you'd call that, but anyway, but I am really excited to jump into this new Sterling Ink Common Planner and, you know, just compare and contrast and see which one I like more, because it's likely that I will be switching over maybe in 2024. Let's see. I'm hoping that she will do more journals, because already I'm really, really loving this. Because the one thing that I felt like I could not get enough of the Hobonichi, and one of the reasons why I kept coming back to the Hobonichi, other than I really do love the style of it, you know, and how it's set up with the monthly, dailies, or excuse me, monthly, weekly, and dailies. I love the paper. So the fact that she was able to do this with Tomoe River paper, like, I'm in love. And that it's so simple, in love. I'm super excited to fill this up. Like I said in my other video, these were pre-ordered, but she does have a few more that she is going to have be available. I believe it's on November 18th. I don't know when this video is going to go live, but check Sterling Ink on her Instagram and on YouTube for any information about these planners. She has the full year, she has half yearly, she has the black, and she has a pink one. So anyway, if you are interested, go check her out. But if you guys would like to see more planner stuff from me, I would love to hear from you. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.